The Steelers have found their quarterback, and he's not a free agent or a veteran. He is Omar Khan's ultimate plan. Pittsburgh turned its quarterback room over completely for the second season in a row, which is not a good sign. The organization doesn't want that to become a common theme, which is why the franchise has done its due diligence in scouting this year's quarterback prospects. There has been some speculation that Pittsburgh could take a quarterback in the first round of the event, with the two names being connected to the organization the most, Jackson Dart and Shedeur Sanders. Insider Adam Schefter went on his podcast, the Adam Schefter Podcast, and shared some intel about Pittsburgh drafting a quarterback. "I was of the mind that Pittsburgh was not taking a quarterback in round one," Schefter said. "I think the only quarterback that they would consider, me reading between the lines, would be Shedeur." Schefter did not get this information from someone within the organization, but based off what he has learned behind the scenes, he thinks the Steelers would lean more towards Sanders over Dart. The only issue is that Sanders could be drafted as early as second overall, and it is an extreme long shot that the Steelers would ever have a chance to draft him. There could still be other quarterbacks that Pittsburgh is interested in, as Schefter was specifically speaking about the first round of the event. The Steelers could be in love with other prospects, but they just aren't comfortable selecting them unless they get back into the second round or later on in the event. It is more likely that Dart is still on the board when Pittsburgh is picking at 21. However, many are expecting Sanders to slide down draft boards a little bit. If he falls far enough, he can make it all the way to 21, or he can fall to a point where the Steelers would feel comfortable trading up for him. There are plenty of scenarios where Sanders could fall a certain length in the draft that may make Pittsburgh consider moving up, which includes the quarterback being available at the 10th overall pick, which belongs to the Chicago Bears. Pittsburgh potentially trading up for a quarterback would put a lot of pressure on Sanders, but he would at least be getting drafted into a situation that is better than the top of the draft. He would have weapons in Pittsburgh and a good defense. He would also be granted the opportunity to sit for a season and learn if Rodgers ends up signing with the team. Steelers hosted Jackson Dart for a pre-draft visit on Friday. Although Schefter suspects Pittsburgh would prefer Sanders in the first round, the organization hosted Dart in Pittsburgh on Friday. He was at the facility going through a pre-draft visit and meeting the coaching staff. The organization may have significant interest in him, but likely just not in the first round. There is a scenario where Pittsburgh would be able to trade back into the second round, gain additional draft capital, and still be able to draft Dart. Many evaluators have Sanders and Dart fairly close together, while some even have Dart graded higher than Sanders. It will be interesting to see how it goes on the first night of the 2025 NFL Draft, as neither quarterback seems to have a surefire team will select them if given the opportunity.